Though we have some tragic development here. Head of our political desk, Evans Mensah, is in the studio to break the news.
Yes, indeed, and there's a tragic breaking news coming in from Parliament a short while ago, where we're learning that the Deputy Finance Minister, John Kumah, is dead. The Speaker has been forced to adjourn sitting. My colleague, Kweku Asante, is currently on the floor right now detailing why this has been such a major shock to the House.
Look at the death and also make certain comments. We are also live on Joy 99.7 FM, where this breaking news is now coming in, that a member of parliament for Ejisu constituency in the Ashanti region, Honorable John Ampotua Kumah, he's the first member of parliament, the former CEO of the National Entrepreneurship Program, NEIP, has passed on, and that was confirmed to the Speaker of Parliament, who was presiding over the House. He slumped over in his chairs and decided that immediately he was going to suspend sittings for about 10 minutes. He did, in fact, suspend sitting for 10 minutes and then returned to adjourn the House. This is bad news that has come in, and members of Parliament were clear that because of how bad the news was, they were not going to be able to continue sittings. In fact, as soon as the Speaker of Parliament came in, the leadership conferred and agreed that if you look at the mood of members of Parliament, it is clear that the House would have to suspend for some time so that this news can be processed. And in fact, today, all members of Parliament have been talking about before this death was formally announced to the Speaker, and some members have been dead. They have been discussing the health of members of Parliament, where they say work so hard but do not get enough time to be able to take care of their health. We know that Honorable John Kumah had been unwell for some time, had traveled outside of the country to get some medical attention, had returned just a few weeks back, had resumed official duties. He had been in Parliament, and that news is now coming in that the Member of Parliament for Ejisu, Honorable John Kumah, he is also the Deputy Finance Minister, has passed on. Officially, the family is here to inform the Speaker of Parliament and members of this death, so that members of Parliament will be officially informed about this tragic event that is said to have occurred this morning right here in Accra. So that is the sad news that we are breaking to you right here on Joy 99.7 FM and also on Joy News on TV, that Deputy Finance Minister, Honorable John Kumah, is also the Member of Parliament for Ejisu constituency in the Ashanti region, has passed on.
Well, that Kweku Asante, who is our parliamentary affairs correspondent, and he's been breaking that news to us. As you saw, the Speaker of Parliament was speechless and he had to adjourn the House. You could see the faces of the members of Parliament. They were actually unhappy about what has happened. Definitely, they are awaiting official communication from the family. And of course, we'll be getting to know what really happened for this to occur. Kweku Asante is still in Parliament. He will be bringing us more in our subsequent bulletins. Head of Political Desk, Evans Mensah, will be joining me in a jiffy. Of course, who is John Kumah? We know him as MP for Ejisu. We know him as the Deputy Minister for Finance. He's been there with Abna Asari. But of course, we know he's a lawyer. Prior to those positions, he's been a very active member of the NPP. Head of the political desk here at Joy News has joined me, Evans Mensah. I'm sure you're surprised with this news.
I mean, surprise is a significant understatement. This is a major shock. I mean, considering everything else that we know as far as John Kumah is concerned, this is not something that anybody anticipated. And today, the major news is about running mates. And in the last few months, he's been tipped to be one of those individuals that the Vice President was considering. And if you check the many social media accounts and the front pages, even in the Ashanti region where he hails from, there have been campaigns for him to be considered. So this is one that many would not. It's not something that we've been privy to in terms of whether he was ill for a while. But this must have been pretty sudden, and the sudden turn of events over the last few hours. Indeed, it's shocking, and Parliament itself, as you see the pictures there, has been left pretty shocked by what has been happening. And my colleague, a parliamentary correspondent, was just reporting. You saw the pictures of the speaker, and the first deputy speaker himself slumped in his chair, and you saw the unity that immediately began to exhibit itself. The NDC folks on the other side crossing over to commiserate with their MPP colleagues. So this is a major developing story, breaking a lot of hearts tonight. On the day when, the seizing also, when, the political seizing was up and running, he's been very instrumental at the finance ministry. He almost became the mouthpiece for the ministry in taking on some of the issues